Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to look at one more game in the Nintendo vs. Cabinet series, and this game was created by Tecmo in 1986, and for the Versus Cabinet, it was only released in Japan. And this is Mighty Bomb Jack, or Versus Mighty Bomb Jack. This version is, see, there's the Japanese flyer. It was only released for the Versus system in Japan, but it was released on the NES in the US. It's a very long adventure puzzle type of game. You are the titular Bomb Jack, and this is a sequel to the old arcade game of 1984 by Tecmo, then known as Tehkan in 1984. And that was on my 20 from 1984 list, if you've not seen that series before. But the goal of this game, it's different from Bomb Jack in that it's not fixed screen action like Bomb Jack was. In this one, you scroll around and you go from level to level, you do exploration, there's a whole bunch of hidden secrets in this game. It's really kind of interesting, but it takes quite a bit of patience. We'll go ahead and get started. But it's got like 16 or 17 levels or so, and it's easy to get kind of lost in the game. But those bombs you don't have to collect. You just touch them. They're just for points. You can get a perfect score and get a bonus after you beat the level. There are also red treasure chests. There will be other colored treasure chests. In some areas you need to collect enough bombs to open up a door. And sometimes there will be a special P coin that you can uncover from the treasure chests, and that will turn all the enemies on screen into coins for a short time. The enemies will keep regenerating and come after you. But as in the original Bomb Jack, you can jump super high by pressing up while you jump. And you can also continually flap your arms and float downwards. Well, it doesn't really show up in this version. You can't see the flapping action that well. But you slow your descent by wailing on the jump button as you drop down, and you can just kind of really slowly descend by rapidly pressing the jump button. One touch from any enemy automatically kills you. This type of room, this fixed stage type of room, or fixed screen type of room, is usually preceding the end of a level. See if we beat level 1, or round 1. And you get a time bonus. You are timed, and if you run out of time, you die. You can collect all sorts of different things from those treasure chests, and you have to jump on them and jump again to unleash their contents. And that coin that I just unleashed is it's important to know the difference between that and another coin that you'll see, the one with like the logo on it, little black face or something. That if you get too many of those, you get sent to a torture chamber, or whatever they called it, or dungeon or something. There's that P again, that P symbol that changes the enemy into coins. But again, they regenerate. Sometimes you will uncover a sphinx from the treasure chest, and that will open a certain door. Sometimes you can collect a red balloon, and that'll give you points, bonus points. Some of the enemies are really good at tracking you down, and you have to really learn how to sneak in between the enemies as you descend from a big old jump. And sometimes there is a little M jar that will restore some time. Like I said, this was the Versus version was released in Japan only, not in the US or anywhere else. But there will be some bags that give you a point value from the treasure chests. Now, something I did not mention that is very important to remember, and there's a B, that a B coin will double the value of bombs, or bombs in this area that you pick up. But something that I did not mention yet that's very important to know, when you collect some coins, that will give you the opportunity to change Mighty Bomb Jack. You'll change his color with a press of the secondary button. With the first press, he turns blue, and he will be able to open up those chests, those yellow chests. I don't know what that guy is, that guy symbol that I picked up. I don't think it's an extra life. But at any rate, when he's blue, he can open up the yellow chests. Otherwise, he can't open them up. And there is a third color he can change to. And you keep pressing the secondary button to cycle through the colors if you have enough coins. And it costs a coin to change to a color. Whoa, that was close. But, oh crap. You need to change into the third color, or to the next color, excuse me, you turn orange, I think, and you can open up chests from the side. You do not have to jump on them. And then there is one last color, and that is green you can change into, and that will turn all the enemies into coins. So remember, you just, whoa, you just, collect enough coins to be able to change into all the different forms. There will be some blocks that you can remove by jumping on them. Usually you have to be either blue or orange or green. And there's another coin I collected. You'll see your coins up in the top right. It says M8. That's, I think it's like Mighty Coins is what it stands for. And those are the coins you need to be able to change Mighty Bomb Jack's forms. There's that P coin. I collect it and I can turn all the enemies into coins for a very short time. And then there's the B coin, and that doubles the value of the bombs that I pick up. And there is one bomb that is lit on the screen at one time, and if you pick that up, its value is increased by 100 points. There's like 16 or so levels, somewhere around there. And there is an ending, and you can get a good ending and a not so good ending. Your ultimate goal is to rescue this royal family that's been imprisoned. The king, the queen, the princess, and some other character, I can't tell what it is. Maybe it's a prince. But, to do that, you need to collect an item that says S. Whoa, good gravy! There's an item you need to collect that says S, and you need to collect a couple crystals, I guess. This version and the NES version are very, very similar. I think there's like some tricks or something that you can do on the NES that you can't do on this one. Yikes. But yeah, the jumping techniques you learned in Bomb Jack, if you learned them, will really help you here. And you'll have a lot more room because the screen scrolls around. So this might be in some respects, a little bit easier than Bomb Jack. Whoa! I almost got touched by that skeleton. But yeah, notice the enemies just keep regenerating. I remember... Whoa! I remember seeing Mighty Bomb Jack for the NES. I didn't really play it that I can remember. But like I said, this Versus version that was only released in Japan is very, 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 very similar to the NES one. But there's like a trick or two for the NES one that don't seem to work for the arcade one. And one of those tricks was being able to warp levels in the last room of each level, and it doesn't seem to work in this one. And here is the last room of this level, and on any level you're supposed to be able to pull this off, and you just keep collecting the bombs that aren't lit, and you save the lit one for last. You're supposed to be able to warp levels. Well, maybe that works on the NES one, but it doesn't seem to work on the Versus arcade version. Yikes. See, now the bonus coin has made the bombs worth 3 times as much. And if you can keep collecting bonus coins in this room, then you can really get a much higher value for the bombs you collect. And again, you can change into the blue Bomb Jack if you have coins, and the blue one allows you, the blue form allows you to jump on top of the yellow treasure chests and open them that way. And then the next form, orange, lets you open any chest from the side instead of having to jump on it. And then the next form, green, will turn all the enemies into coins for a short time. But you can only do those forms as long as you have coins. And again, that M jar there will turn the enemies... Crap. That M jar will turn the enemies... it won't mess with the enemies. It'll give you more time to complete the level. This is kind of a cool game. There's a lot to it, and the game doesn't tell you the secrets. I will show you later on in the video whereabouts the crystals are, and you want to have the crystals. There's like 2 of them in the game that you need to collect, and there will be S icons that you need to collect as well. And you get those by breaking certain blocks. And to break the blocks, you jump on certain blocks, or there might be invisible ones that you need to jump on. And in some of the treasure boxes, you will find a Sphinx symbol, and that Sphinx symbol, when you collect it, will open up a door somewhere. I was seeing if there were any invisible blocks I could bust over there, but no. Have to move to the left. But again, as long as you have coins in reserve, then you can change your form. And the coins are represented by that M symbol in the top right, and I have 9 in reserve, so I have plenty. But again, I mentioned this before, if you collect too many of the coins that have that black mask symbol or whatever it is, then you will be sent to like a torture room or whatever it was called, and we'll look at that later on. Oh, thank God. You can't get more than 9 coins, and if you get like 9 or or more than 9 of the evil coins. I'll just call them evil coins. Then you go to the torture room. But like I was saying, there's a warp method in this last room for each level in the NES version, I guess, to be able to warp levels. You'll get a bad end if you do the warp. I don't know that for sure, I just heard that it's in the NES one. I just know that it's not in this one, or I can't get it to work at all. Some of those money bags are worth a lot of money. There was one that was 1,000 down there. There's a invisible block that's inside one of the flame blocks on one of the later levels, and that's the way you go to get one of the crystals, and we'll look at that later. Now something I didn't do much of yet is, in order to get the highest jump, you hold upwards while you jump, and your jump can go extra high. There we go. Oh, I'm going to the torture room because I got too many evil coins. You are greedy. Now what you have to do is you have to jump the amount of times that number says at the top. And I didn't know that at first. I just thought maybe I had to just stay away from the enemies for like 17 seconds. And I was like, why is the clock not moving very fast? It's the amount of times you jump. So you have to stay alive and jump that amount of times. So sorry, this went a lot longer than it should. But I figured that out. Just try to jump that amount of times that they say. And it's really pretty easy to do. It's kind of dumb that one of your enemies is a killer parrot. But yeah, you just jump the amount of times that it says there. Oh, hope you enjoyed Veterans Day. Don't know if you got it off. I did. I'm a government employee. I get all the major holidays off. And then, of course, later this month is Thanksgiving. And I will get that Thursday off. I will have to work Black Friday, but I'll do a little bit of shopping early on and then go to work later that day. I survived long enough, so now I get to go back here. But like I said, there's like 16 or so levels, and you need to collect... Oops. You can continue from the level you left off. You can't continue on the arcade, on the NES version. Or at least not from what I know. But we'll scoot forward and I'll show you. Yeah, I'm wearing orange, so I can pick up the treasure chest from the side. I put on invincibility. And then as green, you turn the enemies into coins. I just wanted to show you that there. And then there was an invisible thing invisible treasure chest I landed on, and it contains a sphinx, and it can open up a door. And there is the S that you can uncover by jumping on certain blocks. You will need a couple of those at least to complete the game or get the best ending. And I think eventually I will show you a not so great ending. But here is the path to one of those crystal balls, I believe. see, you can jump on this block as I think as a blue, or maybe I changed to orange. This uncovers a sphinx, and I will go to the left here. This is on level 7, I think it was. Yeah, this is on room 7. Just go the way I go. I will go to a next room, and then I will move upwards to the top right of that room. And then there's another invisible chest. Yeah, I gotta go to the top right here. But this is where one of the crystal balls is, and the second one is on level 12. See, there's that sphinx. It'll open that door. I gotta go in, and there is the crystal ball. And when there's a crystal ball, there's usually like a breakable floor tile you have to jump on numerous times. You may or may not need to be a different powered up version of Mighty Bomb Jack, and you'll probably have to jump multiple times on the block you want to open up. Is this it? Yep, there we go. And there it is. But now we'll move on to the other crystal ball, which is at round 12. Let's look at that. You have to move to where there's like a single block by itself. Like I said, I put on invincibility. But again, to open those yellow treasure chests, you have to at least be blue. Now here, just to the right somewhere, is a block you can land on. Where is it? Is it over here? There it is. That's got a sphinx. It'll open a hole in the lava, and you go in that door. And somewhere in here, it's a maze. There's numerous doors you can go through. It's easy to get lost. But in one of these rooms is a group of block or chests on the left wall. You have to jump on the chest to eventually find a sphinx, and then you'll be able to find your way to the area where the other crystal ball is. But here is one of the characters at the end, and it's the king. And I think I got the not so great ending. It's not bad, but it's not one of the better endings. You need to rescue the rest of the royal family. It's one of these. It's false, and I can go through. There we go. And I gotta go out the door, and here is one of the endings. This pyramid blows up, just the top of it, and I fall in and sink. The curse of Beelzebub, what, has been solved, and peace has again come to the world. But that's one of the endings, not so great. We'll look at snaps of the other endings. That was versus Mighty Bomb Jack by Tecmo in 1986. I believe the NES version was released in 1987, and like I said, the Versus version, the arcade one, was only in Japan. Even though the game's only in Japan, you can still see a lot of English text. But yeah, there's one of the S icons you need to collect, and then there's a crystal ball there that you also need to collect, and you need to collect both of them. Now here is like the queen, and then there's the princess. Those are other characters you need to save. And then I don't know what that is, but you have to save it too. And then here's a snippet of the best ending. And it says, King Pamera was moved to tears with pleasure seeing it. Jack found out and shouted, "Father." Well, that was versus Mighty Bomb Jack by Tecmo in 1986, only in Japan. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Versus Mighty Bomb Jack by Tecmo in 1986. I will catch you later with another video in the near future. Have a good one, folks. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.